amplify underrepresented voices and foster inclusive spaces where performers and audiences alike can feel seen, safe, and celebrated. Please welcome Leah.
All right, let's get this out of the way. Yes, I'm a childless woman with cats. According to Ohio's great J.D. Vance, that makes me one of those miserable cat ladies ruining America. This is the only time I've been adjacent to Taylor Swift, but my name is Leah Addison. I am co-founder and producer of Snowflake Comedy Club. Well, why Snowflake? Snowflake is a word that's been used to insult people for being too sensitive or too easily offended. So we took it back. At Snowflake Comedy, we believe empathy isn't weakness. Careful curation isn't censorship. And building spaces where people feel safe, welcome, and seen, it's just good comedy. Now, Cleveland actually has an incredible comedy scene, dozens of rooms, bars, and clubs where you can catch a show. But when you map who runs those rooms, let's just say if comedy shows were a gender reveal party, it would be a lot of blue and not a lot of pink. Comedy doesn't reflect the world we live in. Too often, women and underrepresented voices still have to fight for stage time, respect, and a safe place to perform. We hear women belong in the kitchen, but look at the world's chefs, mostly men. We don't even have our own kitchens anymore. This same pattern shows up in comedy. Now, the culture behind the mic is still very much male-dominated. When you're the only woman on the lineup, it's hard to build community or even feel welcome. There's always the token female comic, and an unspoken rule that you have to be twice as funny to prove you belong. Stand-up was designed with men in mind. There's late-night talk shows, it's lots of bar culture, and material that's providing a limited perspective. Now, like so many women's projects, this one came out of discomfort. I loved comedy, but hated how it felt to do comedy in rooms that weren't built for me. So I asked, what if we could build something joyful, safe, and community-driven? And that's how Snowflake Comedy was born. Our core rule is simple. We punch up, we don't punch down. Comedy can be fearless without being cruel. Now, punching up means making jokes about people or systems in power, politicians, billionaires, institutions, injustices. At Snowflake Comedy, we punch up. Punching down means targeting people with less power, marginalized groups, minorities, the vulnerable. We believe comedy should challenge the powerful, not pile on the already excluded. We book thoughtfully and we choose venues that feel safe. We host writing workshops for femme folks who are interested in branching out into comedy. It's not just a new mic, it's a new mindset. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another white woman trying to fix something with feelings. But hear me out. I also use spreadsheets. If you want women, queer folks, and people of color on stage, you have to build for them on purpose. And everything matters when you're designing. Venue, price, flyer design. You're signaling from the jump who's welcome in your space. And yes, I'm talking about that buzzword, inclusivity. We hear it all the time. Inclusivity is more than just the lineup. It's about the full experience. Designing a show for who you want to show up in the audience and in the lineup. When you design intentionally, people start to feel like this is their space too. Audiences are laughing more when they're not bracing for impact. When comics don't have to wear emotional armor, they're free to bring their weird, wonderful, and unique voices to the stage. And that's where the best comedy lives. The kind of room creates radical joy. And you can be your full, authentic selves. Now, this isn't one of my shows. This is not a newsflash either, but inequality isn't just in comedy. It's in every room. Boardrooms, governments, Fortune 500 lists. We're used to seeing men on stage and in power, so we don't always expect women to be there. Inclusive design is like redefining the color nude. For years, nude meant one color, pale beige, because one skin tone was treated as the default. But in reality, nude comes in every shade, and it always has. We just had to design with that in mind. Building an inclusive comedy show works the same way. You can't assume one default audience or comic. You have to intentionally design a space where everyone can show up, feel seen, and belong. Now at Snowflake, comics get more than stage time. They get mentorship and real support. And we partner with venues and allies who believe in this mission. It matters when men help create the space for women to thrive. So shout out to Mason and Berto, who are here tonight, 2 male owners of 6 City Cycles in Old Brooklyn. Yeah, clap for the men. They've been excellent community partners for over 3 years now, and because of their support, we've turned this into a community event and have won the Best Showcase Award for Cleveland Comedy Awards this past year. Thank you. So this is bigger than comedy. Humor is a tool for empathy, power, and belonging. When someone sees themselves on stage, it shifts what they think is possible in comedy and beyond. And this is something you can do. It's accessible. Showing up to a show is activism. As an audience member, laughing is activism. Now, how do we dismantle the patriarchy? One show at a time. We show up, we book intentionally, we be present. And if you're wondering, well, where do I fit in? Maybe you have a space. Maybe you have a set you're working on. Or maybe you just have the ability to laugh. And if so, then I'm talking to you. But before I close, I want to shout out some incredible women. Some of them are here tonight in Cleveland comedy. These are comics, producers, hosts, and women who have been killing it, doing the work, often in rooms that weren't built for them. Their courage makes space for the next generation, and their voices make our scene stronger, funnier, and more inclusive. So thank you to those women. Women deserve our support. And I mean actual support, not lip service, not being the token on a flyer. Support means paying comics fairly, promoting diverse shows, showing up when a woman headlines, and sometimes support means literally holding each other up. When women feel supported, we multiply. The scene gets better for everyone. So thank you. Snowflakes, we're resilient. We might melt, but we'll come back in a million different forms. So come to a show, help us grow the movement, and remember, women are here to kill. Thank you.
All right. Keep it going for everyone tonight who presented. Tonight you got to hear